Okay, so welcome to Power BI demo. All right. So what is Power BI? Why we should learn this, and how the market is going to be, and how you need to prepare for this. And if you have any doubts, feel free to ask me at the end, or see someone is actually pinging. Ram Prasad. I don't know these people. The other person name? Ram Prasad. Okay. Anyway, so it will not be entertained later. So once you join the group, you will be there and automatically you will get the call. So the reason I chosen for the Skype is the only thing. I mean, people might not be aware that they will forget actually. Okay. So that's where we use the Skype. I know there are plus or minus, pros and cons, but still I feel Skype is the best. I've changed multiple like tools like Zoom, and I paid the Zoom also, but I do not see that group conversation to have a continuous discussion on the same link. Okay, so that's where I quit the Zoom, and then I also tried this. Google Meet, still I do not feel the same. So I feel Skype is the best. And moreover, Skype become Teams. So the same product actually, you know, uh, next version is given as a Teams, so that you are going to use in the real time. So how you need to talk with your manager and team and all will come from Skype. So you can start chatting, you can start discussing over the Skype and everything, so that you will be familiarized with what you should do and when should you use. So the basically this any chatting when to use and when to call directly is when you have a important and urgent and it is complex to explain in the chat, then you can call and you can tell them that I'm going to call for so and so reason, right? So that is actually a tagline. So okay, we will discuss that maybe later, but for now let's understand what is the Power BI and why should you learn it, and what would be the market and how do you go to get the success. So these are the things that keep in mind. We are going to start this demo, right? And basically, before I start, I would like to tell about myself. My name is Mahinder. I have 15 plus years of experience in IT and around 10 plus years into Power BI. I'm working as an architect. I'm a certified Power BI professional along with MSBI certified and some other certifications too, but those are not relevant to this. So, and I've been teaching this Power BI for almost 2 plus years now, and we train a lot of people, and a lot of people are placed in the wide varieties of companies, and they are doing well. Okay, that's, I mean, of course, a couple of them they might be getting challenges because of various reasons, but most of the people they are happy and they are enjoying their job. Okay, initially they might be getting some struggles, but later, they will be uh, I mean, settled. That's what I can say with good packages. Okay, that is actually bare minimum packages. Nowadays freshers are getting 10 lakhs package. Okay, with some experience you can easily get 15 lakhs package. So that is a minimum market that I can say. Okay, but how to prepare and how to attend interviews, all the stuff we will be discussed throughout the course. But when it comes to Power BI is the easiest thing, and previously programming was hard. Programming technologies like Python, working with the Databricks, all the stuff was hard, but now it is easy. Easiest job is to do the programming. So that's where it will the market is going to stagnate there because of chat gpt. You can ask anything, it will develop the code and it will give it to you. But whereas Power BI is not like that. Though this is easy drag and drop, but lot of skills and tricks and tips out there. So you need to be familiarized with it and you need to showcase your skills on that. So game is completely changed to other side, right? So previously Power BI was easy. Of course, still it is easy. Okay, but using Chat GPT, writing code is anybody can do that. Anybody can do that. A fifth class student, seventh class student can open up chat gpt and ask questions, and you can learn the programming, and you can also use the programming for his projects. So that's how it is easy. But Power BI, of course you can do that, but learning with a expert will make your goal can be achieved smartly, right? Of course, you can learn it, but here we will teach you the real-time scenarios, how to handle with interviews, okay? How to be show the confidence, and what are the crux in the interview. So where you need to be give the first impression, how you need to give the first impression, and then how the interviews, types of interviews, like you lead the interview and the other person lead the interview. So how you need to overcome those situations. Okay, there are many tips and tips that I'm going to teach you one on one, and most of them with the group. And this course is completely precise with you keep in mind your success, keep in mind I'm trying to build this, and we will give you a lot of assignments, and I'll give you a 2 month service account, okay, to practice this. So that service account is more than your real time. I'm telling you, once you get the job, okay, you will be untitled with one of the role. But here you can play all the roles like admin, member, contributor, viewer, and you can play like anything. You can delete others' reports. You can use anything that you can do. Nobody will say why you have done this. But in the real time, it's not like that. You should be very very careful when you are actually doing something. Okay, so but this is the right time to play and enjoy the game of learning, and come up with your questions, ask the questions before the class or after the class, and I will be available on the Skype for any ask over the chat. But if you want to speak something and show something in your screen, you need to wait till the next class over, and after 8:15 or 8:20 you can share your screen, and we can discuss and sort out all your problems. Okay, that is the rule of the game, entire 30 days. And you may ask, after 30 days what if? Nothing. You will be staying connect, and we can you can join the next batch for free, no other charges, okay, apart from this one time fee only. Okay, but you can join, and you can still, you might not be finished all the assignments, you can join and rework on that, and you can do many things. Okay, we will discuss that also. Hope you understand complete course roadmap. Okay, now you may ask, like, what are the things that you are going to cover? So we will discuss that. So we are going to cover Power BI desktop, okay, and we are going to cover Power BI service, okay, and we are going to cover SQL Server, okay, we are going to cover data warehouse, okay, we are going to cover some other files, and different types of files and other sources, and connections, right? And then we are going to cover SSAS tabular model, data set, right? And we are going to cover SSRS, and we are going to cover Power BI report builder, how you can do the migration from SSRS to Power BI report builder or Power BI service, SSRS to Power BI migration, right? And then we are going to cover data flows, data mart, and dashboards, right? Gateways, right? And refreshes, like how many types of refresh, like on-demand refresh, scheduled refresh, incremental refresh, right? Parameters and bookmarks, page navigations, right? So what else? What else with themes? Okay, designing themes and everything. All the visuals, custom visual, how to use. Okay, and real-time scenarios. This is most important. Real-time scenarios. Okay, and as a free, the free offers on top of this is resume building tips, resume preparation tips. Okay, one-on-one consultation, that too. Okay, so how to get ready for interview. Okay, so yeah, like coaching, mentoring. Yeah, so these are the free things that you are going to get out of this, and a lot of material out there. We are going to give the recordings. Okay, so the session recording will also be given. Along with that, the 2 months, 2 months service account. What is this service account? Right? Service account will be given and you can play like anything. So what is a service account? When it comes to Power BI, there are two things. There are two major components that you need to learn. One is Power BI Desktop. It is free. Okay, it is free, and anybody can get this. Okay, but when how Microsoft is going to get the money if it is if it is free? So that is going to get the money from Power BI service. Okay, it is a subscription model. What is this? A subscription model, rental basis, Ola Uber type. Okay, a subscription model, right? So we are going to give you a premium per user capacity, premium per user license for 2 months. Okay, that would around cost $80, but still I'm going to give it for free. Okay, and you will learn a lot of things. Deployment pipelines, we will also cover deployment pipelines. Okay, deployment pipelines and Azure DevOps. So why Azure DevOps? Is it completely covers? No, it will cover only the project management side, how a project can be managed in the Azure DevOps. We will give you an overview and we'll cover all the components, how they are related to the Power BI. Okay, so I mean that I'll give you a strong foundation so that you can go further and explore your Azure DevOps technology. But my offering in this course is just for the project management side and how you are going to get that work in real time, how you will respond, where you respond, what is your single source of truth, where the KD documents will be. Okay, how you need to respond to that, all the stuff that will be available in Azure DevOps, and that will be covered as part of this course. Okay, so these are the things that I'm planning. Of course, more things will be covered, but whatever the things that I remember at this point of time, I just given, but we'll cover more. Okay, so now you may ask. Recently, there is a buzzword. Okay, so Fabric. What is that Fabric? How it's going to be different than Power BI? Will Power BI will close the doors and open the Fabric, or will they remain open parallel together? So how they are going to be? So this is a common question from everybody, right? So Power BI is also a SaaS offering, so we need to understand the differences. I will show you also. So the features, if you understand the feature perspective in Fabric and then the Power BI. So this is also from Microsoft products. Yes, both are Microsoft products, right? So then why they have given, you will understand in a while. Okay, why Microsoft is released two products. Okay, so let me just use this also here. Microsoft. Yeah, that's okay. Now using Fabric, what can we do? Reports can be created. Yes, in Fabric we can create reports. In Power BI also we can create reports. And SaaS application, both are SaaS application. Yes, yes. What is SaaS? SaaS means like subscription model, plug and play software. We will discuss about SaaS, PaaS, as in the cloud computing technology. Just I will give a glimpse on before I start Azure DevOps. But SaaS is one of the software as a service program in the cloud platform. So that is plug and play. So both are Fabric and Power BI, both are plug and play. Okay. So workspaces. Yes, here it's also having, yes, Fabric is also having workspace. Power BI is also having workspace. Okay. Now data flows. Yes, Fabric is also having data flow. Power BI is also having data flow. Okay. Then what is the difference? We'll come to that. Data mart. Yes. Indirectly, yes. Here also. But then there are a lot of commonalities. Then why Fabric? Now you see the game. Can we create a data factory? Yes. No. Can we create a data lake or one lake? Yes. No. SQL inside? Yes. No. So SQL as a source it will work, but here within the Fabric itself you are going to get the SQL. Okay. Now Spark engine. Yes. No. So Fabric contains Power BI engine, SQL engine, Spark engine, Azure Data Factory, data science, okay, machine learning. All the things keep in mind. The Fabric is built. Your single source of offer for all your data analytics. Okay, so that's where the Fabric they are actually giving as a new offer. So now the question comes: will Power BI will shut down and open Fabric only? No. So this is a different offering, and this is another offering. Okay, this is a different reporting competition in the market. This is going to be another competition for another market. So Power BI is competing for Tableau, ClickView, all the non-traditional ETL reporting tools. It is giving the competition, whereas Fabric is actually downgraded the Synapse. If you might have heard about the Synapse Analytics, Analytics. Okay, so this was actually a PaaS and IaaS offering. So then it was little complex to grab the business, and it was not succeeded. Previously they used to use SQL DW. Again SQL DW they changed it to Synapse Analytics. Again Synapse Analytics, so they are changing to Fabric. But little changes on top of additions they have added actually. So that's where you could see all these options. I'll show you quickly how the Fabric looks like. This is how Fabric looks like. Here you see Power BI, Data Factory, Synapse Data Engineering, Data Science, Data Warehousing, and real-time analytics. Okay, so that's how you can just create all of them here. Okay, so you will also see a, let's say, even you create a one lake and everything. Let's say go to Fabric, and let's see what we can do is if you create a report. Here also we can create the workspaces, something same as Power BI. If you go to Power BI, you see this Power BI. Here also you will see the workspaces. So look and feel is almost same, because why Microsoft realized that Power BI is so successful in the market, and but Synapse Analytics did not get the business like Power BI. So because of the same look and feel, easy, companies will think that it is easy to implement, as it is a software as service application, plug and play. You can less time to uh, get into the business. Okay, so that's the reason. But otherwise, Fabric will be a different offering, and Power BI is also a different offering, so they will not be interfere, and they will not be, but within Power BI license, in the tenant admin, there is an option to enable Fabric. So directly indirectly they are interrelated because of their SaaS applications, right? But they are, four engines, very very powerful, right? So it's a single engine, Power BI engine only. So obviously the cost of Fabric will be more, and 10 to 15 people can work on Fabric. So that's how it is. One or two people will work on SQL Server, one or two people work on Lake, one or two people work on Factory. Okay, so notebooks, all the things that can be written like Scala, Python, PySpark, right? So SQL, all can be done on Python engine, Spark engine here, like Azure Databricks. So Fabric is nothing but Data Factory, Azure Data Factory, Azure Databricks, and Azure Data Lake and SQL. So all four are directly, indirectly part of this Fabric. And the connections, we are going to discuss the connections, right? The direct connection is redefined in the Fabric. So we will discuss about direct connections, and then the problems with direct connections we will discuss in the connections. So there are four types of connections, like import, direct, live, and composite connections. We will discuss extensively on that. But while we are working with the direct connections, in Power BI we face a lot of issues. But when it comes to Fabric, it is phenomenal. That's what the demos are actually giving. Okay, so slowly you start your career with Power BI, and if you get a good market for Fabric also, you can nicely switch into that. Okay, not only that, with Power BI you can go to a machine learning side, data science side, IoT side. So all of the technologies also should be should at least know some glimpse of Power BI, because that technology will not be represented directly into the to the business. So they should depend on Power BI to give the visualization and to simply explain the technology what you have done, right? So before I'm going to a demo, do you have any questions? So actually I've installed my Power BI desktop. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to uh, uninstall that, so that I will show you how to install it. Okay, remove it. I'm just removing it. So meanwhile, I'm also going to download the Power BI report. Okay, Power BI desktop. So there are many ways you can do. This is one way. Download. You can go here, and you can see Power BI desktop. So again, it is actually routing to a store, but I'm going to cancel this. I don't recommend, because you don't have license at this point of time, so you cannot log in here. So I'm going to give you an email address like this. Then only you will be able to. You cannot log in with your Gmail or something. It's not possible. It's only possible via company. Okay, you see the 38 days time, because it has 60 days. So within the 60 days, 30 days is over. So remaining 38 days still there. Okay, so how to download this Power BI desktop download? Okay, you need to go here, first link, I will tell you anyway, and this you need to click on this, and here if you click on this download, it will open up the store, but I don't recommend you to go there. You will click on the second option. This is what I do. and you can click on this download. It will open up this one. So I will give you the pack. You can also use it for your installation. You can parallelly do that, not an issue if you join from laptop. But my highest recommendation is you should join from laptop and have a pen and paper ready, and sometimes you can work parallelly whenever you get a chance. And moreover, you should not lose your focus on the subject. Okay, so this is one I'm going to select. And why I've chosen 64? How do I know my machine is 64-bit? So you can go to your this thing, and you can go to this PC and go to properties, and this will open up, and you see the system type is 64-bit operating system. So that is the reason I've chosen 64 to download. Okay, so now it's getting downloaded. Meanwhile, let's see whether the installation is finished. Okay, that we have removed completely. Okay, so unpin it. Now let's see, it is almost 35 seconds to download. Any questions meanwhile? If you have any questions, yeah, feel free to ping me, feel free to chat with me. That is fine. Vinita, please stop recording. I'm recording it. Okay. Okay. Kiran Kumar, unable to listen your audio. Okay, do one thing. I'm not sure whether you are joined from phone or laptop, but reconnect, rejoin, and you could get that. Yeah, initially we could see some challenges like this, but it will go once you rejoin. Okay, check your internet speed, all those things that matters. Now you see almost it is downloaded, and now I'm going to show that in the folder. Let's see. Now it's completely downloaded. Show in folder. Okay, you can refresh this, and you double click on this. Okay, and it's opening. It's opening. It will take a while actually. Close this. Let me close the control panel. Yeah, now here we need to choose the English language. Okay, and click next. Click yes. And now you need to click next, and you need to accept the terms and conditions, and click next, and click next. And I don't want any shortcut on the desktop, so click install. That's it. Very simple. Very simple to do. If you want, you can start doing it right now. I've given the link. You just click on download, check your computer whether you are 64-bit or 32-bit. If it is 32-bit, go for the first one. If it is 64-bit, choose the second option, and then download it, and then click next, 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 next to install the Power BI desktop. So this is the biggest step of your learning. Okay. But in the real time, they will ask more questions on Power BI side, because if you go any institute, they will only talk about Power BI desktop because it's free. Anybody can do that. But Power BI license you will not get outside. That is the special offer that I'm giving it for free, right? So that's where we will discuss a lot of things in Power BI Surveys. How you work with your team, how you work with your admin, how deployment pipelines will be created, what is your coordination, what kind of issues you will get it. So all my real-time experience will share with you throughout the course, not only for deployment pipelines, but wherever I get my real-time genuine experience that I'm going to teach you. But along with that, I can tell you, if you want more scenarios also, there is a source. I can teach you how to and where to go and get them, and tell you a story around that. So that's how you can crack the interview. Cracking interview is nothing but telling the story with confidence, like acting as a movie dialogue. Okay, you need to prepare your uh, interview like a scene dialogues which actor can prepare for a movie, right? So that's the thing that you need to keep in mind. Now you no need to sign in. It will ask you to sign in, but you don't need to sign in. Simply close that. I will tell you when to sign in. Okay, until then you don't need to sign in. Okay, so once you get that credentials, then you can sign in, but even then also not required to sign in. I'll tell you the reason. Okay, so that you will maintain the suspense and you will curiously listen. Now this is Power BI Desktop. Here we will do a lot of games, okay, by creating reports, working with wide varieties of sources. Okay, so these many sources, files, databases, you see a lot of databases it can connect. Fabric, now you see Fabric was also going to connect with Power BI. You see data marts, data warehouse, lakehouse, KQL database, okay, platform, Azure online services. Now will you cover all these connections? No, I'm not going to cover all of them, because if you take all these connections, it is a 99 plus, and at least if you talk about at least one connection for per day, it will take minimum 99 days or and above. But why I'm not going to cover? Because if I whatever throughout the course that we have learned, based on that you can connect with any other source also. Okay, our whoever is learn here and got the job, they worked on like Impala. Okay, they're working on Vertica, they worked on Snowflake, they worked on Denodo. So these are all, I'm very happy that they're able to work without any problem, right? So how it's possible? Yes, it's possible. The foundation of this, if you just know how to work with files and databases, and anyway we are going to work with SQL Server, which is one of the prominent data source for the Power BI. Once you know that, and you can work for any other source, because we will create a lot of reports throughout this course. 50 plus reports we are going to create throughout this course, I'm sure. Okay, the last batch, if you want to see how many reports we have created, you see around 43 items are there. So if you other things around, let's say for at least 40 reports we have created. Okay, so that's how we are going to run the show. So you need to be on top of it by doing assignments. I will give you assignments end of the course, right? So for now I would like to show one of the report where you can go and get as a web as a source. Okay, so you can connect to this, and we need a URL. So URL could be a Wikipedia. I'm going to assignment to work on a Wikipedia. Okay, and or any other website. Okay, you can use that URL and you can get the data into Power BI and you can create the visualizations. Let's see what kind of report I'm going to get here. So there is IMF data I'm going to show you, but you can take any other thing, any other open source databases. Like Wikipedia is open source, anybody can get it by country. So I want to take all countries. I want to go continue. I'm not unselecting any of the country. And here I would like to take this one data set, first one, continue. And here it's asking how many years of data you want to choose. I want to choose, let's say 2021 to let's say 2025. If you want more, yeah, you can increase the data, but for now let's go with sample report. So it's asking prepare report, but this report is not that great, right? But I want to get this report data into Power BI. Okay, I'm just Control X to cut it everything, Control A and Control X, and paste it here. So make sure we do not miss any of the letter there, so that it will not address will misplaced, and then it will not get proper connection. Okay, give it a try. Let me know if you face any challenges, and most of the problems you might be getting because of the URL properly not copied and not pasted. But otherwise, now what is actually happening behind the scenes? It's doing a web scraping. Scraping, right? So this is the kind of an iron scrap you might have heard about, right? But this is a web scraping, the similar thing that is actually happening. Now you see here a lot of text that is captured and HTML code that is captured. Okay, we don't want that. It's not a data. Now you see this is a data, and here you have 11 columns, Here you have 10 columns. So you can closely observe the game, but you see these two buttons are not enabled here. Okay, I don't know why this cursor is gone. Okay, why these two things are not enabled. Now you choose one of them, and you can choose both of them. That's not a matter. But as per my analysis, both are actually same. If you choose one or two, that there's no big difference. But now I clearly understand that I need to clean the data. Okay, repeated columns, we don't want this, billions, we don't want this also we don't want. So a lot of unwanted data is there, and then the header is also not proper. So we need to do the transformation. So when you click the transformation, the tool inside the tool will open up. Now you see there is a separate tool will open up called Power Query. You see, this is Power BI and this is Power Query editor, right? So this is one tool, this is another tool. But when this tool will open up, when you click on transform, the Power Query will open up. And what we do here, we do ETL operations, extract from other sources, So it is like a get data again. Now you see, it's also see get data. But here it is a get data, but here it's a new source. Both are same, right? But once you close and apply, this will close and data will push it to Power BI desktop. Until then, the data will be in Power Query. Okay. Now we understand that this is the header. Okay. So now let's use first row as a header. Simply, it's a direct option. It's available here. So now we realize that this and this and this are not required. Let's simply remove this. Right click remove, right click remove. Now if you want to remove both all of them in one go, you can remove it. You see, we removed this subject, descriptor, units, scale, and this. So let's say if you don't want them, you can simply close this step and you will get them back. So this is the power of Power Query. You will see a lot of excitements in Power Query. Just watch the game, okay, and you will enjoy the fun of Power Query. Okay, so now you see country and each years of GDP. It's IMF actually maintaining the world's GDP, how it is going to be. It's estimated based on the past. So that's where you will see 2025 GDP also. Okay, now you would like to analyze this, and you want like country, year, and GDP. That's how you want. So here it's giving country and the respective years of GDP. Okay, so let's say if I want like country, year, and GDP. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to first, before that, I understand that there is a some empty values are there. This black color represents data quality. If you go to this view, you see a column quality, it will tell you that 1% is empty. The black color represent empty, red color represent error, and blue color represent a valid data. 99% it's valid, 100% here it's valid, there's no empty. But here we have some empty. So now you want to know why that is empty, because there is a blank. Not only blank, let's see, will it go empty 100%? No, actually. Why? Equals to 2021. Those were actually let's wrongly filtered. So let me actually filter. This NA is also should not be part of this along with the blank. So two things we should go. Okay, this I removed, and you see last NA is also there. If not, you can search for it. Okay, so click OK. Now you see we filtered. Now everything is 100% valid. Now you can remove if you don't want, but if you want to keep it, you can keep it. Where? Under view, not in the home. Come to view, come to column quality. Okay, we will discuss about them later, but for now just understand this. Now this is looks better. Okay, now actually they are all decimal values. You can select these columns, or individually you can change them to a decimal value like this. Okay, but you can also select them and go to home or transform, and you can see detected data type automatically. They will get detected. While changing data type, there could be prone to get errors. We will discuss how to handle with errors in the later sessions. Okay, let's say you did not remove this filtered columns. Let's say what will happen? Now you will get errors. You see, this is an error record. The NA is not a data type. Ideally you should see some red color there, but I don't know why it's not coming. uh, this is how it will come. Then you will realize, okay, we need to fix the error. Let's go back and remove the change data type. Now then you apply that filter again. So because I've explained for the starting itself, you did not encounter the error because we going by the proper steps. But sometimes we don't know that there is an NA, right? So then there is a prone to get error. So that's how you should get the. Uh, Now you see, still it's coming red color. So here something could be there. So this is because of error. Now let's see what is this. Now you can, how do I know there are errors, right? So you can go here and you can see keep error. Now you see this is error. Now if you select, now still there is one more NA in these 2 years. So let's go back, and now let's see here also some NA. Search for N. You see, you remove it. But before you, why should I remove? I want to keep them. But if you keep them, you need to replace this NA with some zero or something, because text will not be fitted to the number column, right? So before that, no, I want to see whether it's a valid record or not to remove. Okay, that is good. So you can also check that by just going, removing everything and clear filter and select everything. Go here for NA and see whether it's a valid record or not. You see, it's not a valid record for 2023. So of course, Tunisia country, Ukraine country, it is there. But now let's say if you want to keep this, let's say they might not give data for 2023, 2024, 2025, but I still want to use these two countries as it is, because 2021, 2022, the data is available. I don't want to miss this data. So how can I do that? Very simple, you need to replace the values with 0 or null. Okay, null can be converted into number, but my recommendation is, yeah, either null or the 0. Then only you can change the data type. Otherwise, it will be a problem. So in this case, I'm going to replace the values with 0 here and here. Okay, so now let's remove that filter. Now you can change the data type. So here also it is there. So here also you can replace the value 0. Replace the value 0. Now you see, you should not get any empty, still empty is there, so you can still understand what is this blank. You see, it is completely blank. So in this case we can remove, or we can replace with 0 if you still want to see Venezuela country and in the countries list. If you remove this country might go, but still if you want this, you can also replace this with 0, right? Or in this case you can remove it. So clear filter, and this is how you need to validate the data. I said equal, and you said does not equal. So that Venezuela will go off and remaining countries will be there. Okay, now you can change the data type. Detect data type. Now you see all are without any error. Okay, now you need to decide whether, let's say for Venezuela you can replace with 0 and still you keep the Venezuela. So there are 195 countries are there. If you keep Venezuela, it will be 196 countries. But what I want is country, year and GDP I want. I don't want these many columns. So to do that, you need to select all these columns and you need to go to transform and you need to do unpivot columns. So now you see all countries, all GDP, you got it. Okay, so this is year, and year is a number, so it's not a text. You can convert this into a, actually we should have converted by date, but it's not a fully qualified date, so I'm going with the whole number. Now you see decimal values. So if you don't want decimal values, you can replace multiply with 1000 so that you can convert into a number. That's up to you. So how to do that? Let's say if you want to convert that into a number, you can multiply by 1000 because I observe 3 decimal points. Okay. So if you want to remove, now you can change this data type to a whole number. Now almost we understand how to work with data type. So how to understand the data type. Now you see applied steps. You can go back and see at any point of time, anything that you want to, you can do that. And you can write a comment for this, the properties, but what value you replace here. You can go and check this gearbox. You see NA replaced by 0. In which column? In 2022. So something like that you can see, and you can write them. You can rename them also. Where is rename? Replace value NA. Something like that you can give a meaningful name, and you can write a comment, documentation, everything that can be done here. So one of the powerful steps, this is the source and extracted HTML data types, and you see you can play all of them. Okay, we will discuss of course later, but for now you can close and apply. You can give a name to that table name, so like GDP, world GDP, something like that. Of course here also we can rename it, but if you could rename that would be good. Okay, so let's say if I rename this as a world GDP data. Okay, now if you want to see again, you can, if you want to go edit, it will be looks like a same table one. Oh, it's here also it's getting name. That is really good. Okay, that I come to know now. Okay, but anyway, this is how to go back to Power Query. Either you can go via transform data, or you can go via edit query. So two options, two routes that you can find to go to Power Query. Open up the tool inside the tool, either edit query or transform data. Two options. Right? Now let's create a nice visuals and close the session by, now let's say if you bring the country, it will be like, it will automatically detect it is a location and it will give the country visual. Okay, now if you want to see a bubble size of the value, you can give a bubble size and you can push the value here in the bubble size. Now you see which country, visually you can see Iran is having very good GDP, right? And now you can go and see this one, Indonesia is also having very good GDP, and Vietnam is also having very good GDP. Okay, if you want to enable the data, you can also go back and format and category labels. You can enable the country names will come, but if you want, like let's say bubble colors, data labels, right? So category labels are coming like names. You can see heat map. Okay, this is a heat map, but what I want is like bubble size. If you want to increase, you can increase it. Okay, so that is a different story. And color of the bubble, and show all colors. Each country, if you want to change different colors, you can still do that. Okay, so these things we will discuss maybe in the visualization side. Okay, so but for now you can see this is a visual, and if you bring a country into a slicer or something, you can select the country and you can see where it is, that Armenia, so you can know the countries and the GDP. You can select multiple countries and see how they are. And not only that, let's say I want something like this. This one, let me slicer settings, let's put it into a drop down. So let's make this smaller and let's put it here so that you can still see the countries. Okay, so now let's get one table here, and country, year, and value. Now you can see based on your selection, clear all. Now you will see everything. Let's say Afghanistan, Albania, if you want to see. Now you see You can see the numbers here, and you can see where they are, right? Let's say, so where is the other country? If you don't know, Afghanistan, where it is, it should, map should have shown you. Albania, this is Albania, this is Afghanistan. Okay, so likewise you can see the map how it will get interact, right? This is one of the, you know, easy to understand. The visual will interact with other visual. So if you don't want interactions, you can go to format and we can edit interaction. We can stop that interactions. But this is powerful option to do an interaction, right? A visual will interact with other visual. Now you see Argentina is available here. So like that you can see all of them. Okay, so not only this way, let's say if you want some other visual, we can also do that. You can take a table first, and let's get the country and then the value, GDP value, and you can convert that into a bar chart. Now you see all other countries are very small when it compares to Iran GDP. Now I want to see only top 5 countries. Okay, so let's go to here in this slicer filters, and we can see a top and filter, and we can say top 5, and we can apply by value. When you say top, it should be marks, right? So something like that. The GDP is the marks here. So these are the top 5 countries: Iran, Indonesia, Vietnam, Korea, and Colombia. Okay, so now you see this is a nice report. You can give a report name by button or this one text box. So you can give a name saying that world GDP analysis report, something like that. You can give a report name, and you can put it in here. You can change the font to, let's say, something like this. Okay, and you can change the color to something else. Okay, you can put the background, let's say, if you want. So these are all the things that maybe we will discuss later, but for now this is how we create a sample report and we can save it. This is our first report. So let me create a new folder inside Power BI, and let's use it for July 2023. Okay, GDP report, world GDP report, right? So now what is your action? What is your takeaway? You need to go to Wikipedia and see what kind of information you will get it. So which Wikipedia? If you don't know, I will give you. But if you have some idea, like let's say I want to go to United States of America and get all the states and their population I want to analyze, you can do the similar thing. Or if you want to go to a Wikipedia and asking for worldwide countries and the GDP in the Wikipedia, previously now we have done with IMF data, now you can still do with Wikipedia. Okay, anyway, I will give you some links where from there you can go and get it. Okay, now this report we need to publish into Power BI service. I can click publish, but if I click publish, it will ask you to sign in. Okay, here if you paste your Gmail address or any address, it will not take it up. You need to paste the email that I've given to you to open a Power BI service account. So that actually I've already signed in here. So what I will do, I will get the report into directly here. So there are 2 ways to do that. Let's go to my workspace. So let's delete these reports. So if I delete the data set, everything will get deleted. Let's see. Oh, report is this is still there, but that's okay. Now you can upload here. So go to July. Okay, and then you will see data set and report. Then what was the dashboard? Where was the dashboard? Sometimes it will create, sometimes it will not create, but it will not create it with any meaningful. Now you see it is there, dashboard. I just refreshed it. So three types of one PBX file will convert into three things. One PBX file will be converted into three things when you publish into Power BI service. So this is one thing you should be very, very clear, guys. Okay. So before I finish, the class will be daily morning 7 to 8, and after that there will be a doubt section. You can connect with me one on one for next 30 minutes, 8 to 8:30. Okay, we can discuss on your resume preparation. We can discuss on your all challenges. Okay, so anything that you have with just clarification on the chart, then you can chat with me on Skype. So I will also available on Skype on my mobile, so I can respond. If not, you need to wait till the next morning class, before or after, to get clarified. And you should be able to share your screen, and you should also install AnyDesk so that I can take your machine control and we can fix that. It is more than you working in the like offline classes, because you are saving a lot of time to travel and all those stuff, right? So we can take your control of your machine and we can fix that problem if you are unable to follow my instructions, right? So that's the best we are trying. But if you have any inputs, please feel free to uh, give your feedback on the entire this session, and then the roadmap which we discussed throughout this class. And any questions? Any questions? So demo will be continue for tomorrow also. But if you are really interested and whatever we discussed, and if you want to pay the fee, you can just approach me in the WhatsApp number. We will guide you how to pay and all. Okay. So once maybe tomorrow, after tomorrow, we will create another group, and whoever is paid, we will be pushed them into that group, and from there, the course will be continued. Right? Any questions? I think we completely, precisely discussed in this demo. Right? Any questions? Feel free to ask me. I'm there for you to definitely discuss maybe in further sessions. Uh, so if you have any doubts, you can call me. You can WhatsApp me. Okay, we can further take an action, like whether we can discuss over the call or need to wait till next day. Okay, so that's all for now. Have a great future ahead and all the best. Thanks for joining. Thank you.